and welcome. In this segment, we're going to explore dieting. We will discuss some popular diets and their effects on the body, and we will provide you with valuable tips in selecting a diet plan. Ketogenic, Paleo, Mediterranean, Vegan, Atkins diet, Dukan diet, cabbage soup diet, you have probably heard of a few more. Each one of these claims to provide you with health benefits and guarantees weight loss. How do you know which diet fits your body and lifestyle the best? When it comes to dieting, there isn't a one-size-fits-all. A diet that has been very effective for some people may present health risks for others. The problem with most fad diets lies in their focus. Low fat, high carb, low carb, high protein, you name it. The focus is on macronutrients and their proportions. For decades, scientists and researchers have been trying to figure out the magic formula and the appropriate proportion that will save the human nation from the ever-growing obesity epidemic. Suddenly, we find ourselves in conversation about components and nutrients rather than food. When applied correctly, most diets can be very effective and do show results. Some of them work surprisingly quickly. Of course, when you deprive the body of excess fat and sugar intake, it is logical to see lower numbers on the scale. One thing that all of these diets have in common, though, is most of them are quick fixes and cannot be sustained long term. Another factor to keep in mind is that the same diet may work very differently for different people. Also, we each have different predisposition to obesity. Some people can eat hardly anything and continue to gain weight, while others seem to eat nearly everything and still maintain their weight. This phenomena has a lot to do with our genetic makeup, but there are still actions we can take to counteract the non-favorable genes we have and support our favorable ones. With so many diet choices and so much conflicting information, you can get very frustrated trying to figure out which one is the best diet for you. In 2009, researchers at Harvard tried to end the battle of the diets. They carried out the largest ever randomized clinical trial in which participants were assigned to diets with different proportions of fat, carbohydrate, and protein, and they were followed closely for 2 years. The results were that people who continue to follow their diets have successfully lost their goal weight. Findings also show that people on low-carb diets did just as well as people on high-carb diets, and people on low-fat diets did just as well as people on high-fat diets. The conclusion of the study is that you can lose weight on many different diets with different proportions of fat, carbohydrate, and protein. So what is the best diet plan for you? The best plan for you is one that you can stick with long-term. One that matches your preferences, traditions, and customs. Don't look for programs that are so strict or so limiting that you can only follow for a few weeks. A good fit would be the type of diet that is not too restricting for your lifestyle, but challenges you and is in line with your weight loss goal. In the Harvard study, participants that were able to stick to their healthy diet, no matter the proportions of protein, carb, and fat, lost the most weight. Observations from different cultural diets around the world reinforce these findings. In fact, some of the healthiest diets around the world vary dramatically in their proportions of each of the macronutrients. For instance, the Okinawan diet, followed by the Japanese centenarians, is high in carbohydrates, specifically sweet potatoes. On the other hand, the heart-healthy Mediterranean diet is high in fat but low in carbohydrates. We are not saying that diets don't work or that there are no rules or appropriate macronutrient proportions, but in general, we all do better with a healthy pattern of eating with plenty of fruits and vegetables than with junk food and processed food, no matter what our genetic makeup is. Don't give up because something that worked for your friend did not work out for you. Focus on eating clean, whole foods, avoiding processed foods, and trying different proportions of protein, carb, and fat. Most diets can be successful when followed properly, and they do work, but that does not mean that all diets are healthful. Some of the very popular diets out there can be very harmful to your health if applied long-term, so be mindful when selecting your diet plan. Is your goal to be healthy and fit and increase longevity, or is it a quick fix that might not be sustainable long-term? Most diets follow a similar formula: less calories in plus more calories out equals weight loss. To get your daily caloric estimate requirement, You can use a calorie calculator or the formula we have introduced in the segment How Many Calories Do You Need? The general rule is a reduction of about 500 calories per day should result in overall 1 pound lost per week. If we go by the general rule and continue to eat the same type of food, we would have to decrease portion sizes. Decreasing the portion size of the same type of food you used to consume would lead to hunger. Abiding by this rule makes the weight loss achieved by following the majority of the diets unsustainable. How do we make it last? Research shows that the only sustainable and permanent weight loss diet that does not require calorie counting or portioning is the whole food plant-based diet. In other words, the more you eat, the more you lose and the healthier you get. We have another segment in which we explore whole foods and compare them with processed foods. Choose quality over quantity when it comes to food. Not all calories count the same way. The quality of the calorie we consume influences not only our weight and waistline, but also affects our health and well-being. Consuming empty calories can contribute to weight gain because the body holds on to fat in absence of nutritionally dense food. It is important to focus on the quality of food that we are consuming rather than just the quality of calories. Nutrient-dense foods are very often lower in calories, with a few exceptions. You could be consuming the same number of calories by eating nutrient-dense whole foods such as vegetables or empty-calorie foods like pizza and ice cream that have limited nutritional value. Examples of low-calorie foods that are nutrient-dense include vegetables, fruits, whole grains, oatmeal, and high-quality grains, beans and legumes, good fats such as avocados and nuts, lean animal proteins such as fish, plant protein choices, and more. Sustainable weight loss requires lifestyle change, not a quick fix. Multiple studies show the efficacy of a variety of diets, but what they have in common is they are not sustainable, meaning shortly after the weight climbs back up. A lifestyle change will require us to acquire a few new skills. Here are our top 10. Number 1. Reading nutrition labels. It is important to understand the basic components of a nutrition label and not just count calories. We have another segment dedicated to reading and understanding nutrition labels. Number 2. Understanding the basic calorie requirements for you or your daily recommended intake. This can be done with a simple nutrition calculator. All you're required to do is enter your basic information like age, height, current weight, and activity level, and the calculator will provide you with the numbers. The numbers will have to be adjusted if one needs to lose or gain weight, or in the case of those people who are following a specific diet due to certain medical conditions. Number 3. Understanding how to build a well-balanced meal. A well-balanced meal is one that consists of at least 50% of fruits and vegetables, and the other half contains complex fiber-rich carbohydrates and lean proteins. Number 4. Choosing whole foods over processed foods. For example, pick the apple, not the apple juice. Pick the potato, not the French fries. Number 5. It is important to understand your relationship with food and your eating triggers. Number 6. Food preparation and planning ahead. This is a crucial step for successful weight loss. Making plans in advance, writing shopping lists, and preparing meals are necessary steps to keep you on track with your goal and prevent lapses and relapses. Number 7. Looking for healthier alternatives to standard foods and eliminating unhealthy choices and harmful foods. Number 8. Mindful eating. This process involves eating without distractions, including all our senses when eating and savoring the flavors. This also includes paying attention to your level of fullness and the hunger scale. Serve moderate portions of a variety of healthy foods and be present. Try to stay away from mindless snacking and try to pre-portion your snacks. Number 9. Stress management. Understanding and managing your stress at healthy levels will help you with your weight loss goal. Remember that stress can be a powerful trigger for overeating or consuming unhealthy foods. Number 10. Physical exercise. It is important to move our body and to move it often. There are 3 rules that we recommend when choosing an exercise. Number 1. Recognize your capabilities and your restrictions. Here you need to consider if you have any health conditions that might prevent you from adopting a certain exercise routine. Number 2. Have a clear understanding of your goal and what you would like to achieve. Is the goal health or appearance related? What are your priorities in achieving your goal? Number 3. Select a form of exercise that you like. It is easier to stick to a new routine if you enjoy the activity. It is even better when you have a support team or someone that shares this new experience with you. Depending on the physical activity that you perform, your diet plan may need some caloric adjustments. How many calories should we cut out while on a diet to achieve our goal? Every person's goal and requirements would be different, but general weight loss rule is as follows. Maintaining weight is for people who have lost weight and do not want to gain the weight back. In this case, you would maintain your caloric intake the same as your requirements. For those with less than 10 pounds to lose and who also would like to build muscle at the same time, it is recommended to calculate a 10% calorie deficit. For those who are looking to lose a substantial amount of weight in a healthy manner, it is suggested to reduce the caloric intake by 20%. Here are some of the most important facts you need to consider when selecting a diet plan. Number 1. High consumption of red meat and processed meats has been connected with greater risk of death from all causes including chronic disease such as cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. Number 2. Eating large amounts of animal protein has been correlated with higher incidence of cancer and mortality. Number 3. More than 1,000 studies on bowel cancer risk have confirmed that red meat increases risk while high-fiber plant foods decrease it. Number 4. There are significant studies linking processed meats to stomach cancer, breast cancer, and colon cancer. The World Health Organization is classifying them as carcinogen. Number 5. The World Cancer Research Fund International and the American Institute for Cancer Research came out with firm recommendations for people to, quote, eat mostly foods of plant origin including whole foods, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and beans. Number 6. Fiber is an important component of human diet. One key finding of the China study is the association of high-fiber diet with decrease in certain cancers including colon cancer. Whatever diet you use to lose weight, adopting the following habits may help you keep the weight off. Number 1. Stay physically active. Successful dieters typically include some type of physical activity. Being physically active is also linked to less health issues and promotes longevity. Number 2. Keeping a food log. Recording what you eat every day helps with holding you accountable and motivated. Number 3. Eat more fiber and less unhealthy fat than the typical American diet. Number 4. Regularly check the scale. Weighing yourself weekly may help you to detect any small gains of weight, making it easier to take corrective action before the problem escalates. Number 5. Watch less television. Cutting back on the time spent sitting in front of the screen can be a key part of adopting more active lifestyle and preventing weight gain. In conclusion, what is the best diet? The one that will save your life and will help prevent or reverse disease and increase longevity. Your choice of diet is also determined by your weight goal and your motivation. Whether you are determined to lose weight because of health concerns or purely for appearance, before you select a diet plan, it is important to consider the pros and cons. It is also important to know the data and research related to various diet plans. When selecting a diet, ask yourself, are you looking for a lifelong sustainable weight loss that will lead you to healthier lifestyle, or are you looking for a quick fix before your vacation, wedding, or another important event? Consider your food preferences, your lifestyle, and the sacrifices you're willing to make. Remember that diets only work when you stick to them, and the results vary from person to person. If you need additional support, please contact your health and wellness coach. Mahalo and aloha.